Hello and welcome to another macro video. A special one this time because I've worked out a way of providing macros to you which will allow you at least to try them out without having to do all the technical stuff. Now I'm sure for some of you you've got the idea that macros are good and may be helpful, but you think they're a bit too techy for you. That's fine, I quite understand that. So this video hopefully will help you. Macros from square one is good to get you started, but if even that is still too techy, that's fine. What we'll do is give you a free trial of macros, and you can actually use them and put them into practice in your work, and then hopefully after that you might well be motivated to have a go with macros from square one yourself. So the principle of what we're going to do with this free trial is that you have to find the startup folder in your copy of Word, and sometimes that is a bit techy, especially with Macs, but it's not beyond the bounds of possibility, and you might be able to get some help if necessary. And then you put a file in there which I provide, an FT macros file, and then open Word, and that's it. You can start using them. You're away. And they've not only got the macros themselves, but they've all got keystrokes ready to use, and that's all there is to it. So let's have a go. Right, so here are the instructions that you're given that comes with the free trial, and it mentions macros from square one and says where you can get that if and when you're ready to give it a go. But the basic idea is set out here, that we find this FT macros file and put it into the startup folder, and then you'll have a whole set of macros ready to use. The macros are the actual FT macros files are available for download, one for Mac and one for PC. But the question then is, where is your startup folder on your computer? Just to confuse things, here's an example of what it looks like on a Mac, and here's on a PC, and just to confuse you, in one it's a Word folder inside a startup folder on the Mac. On the PC it's a startup folder inside a Word folder. But anyway, we'll get there. So I'm going to show you a quick and easy method, but for some people it may fail, in which case there are what I've called slow and steady methods, and these are set up in the appendices to this document here, and you can try those if necessary, but hopefully most of you won't have to. Most of you, it will be plain sailing. So there on a Mac, the instructions, 5 steps to that, and then on a PC, here's our instructions. We have to open the Microsoft, press the Microsoft key or use the start icon, so that's down here at the bottom of your screen, bottom left. Click on that and then type in this bit of text here, percent app data percent. Sounds a bit technical, but don't worry, that's all it is. So click on that and do percent app data percent. I've done it so many times it's already here anyway. Then press enter, and up comes the folder that we need to look at. So let's move the instructions out of the way. And so here's the folder. I've done the download already, and here in the download folder I've got my FT macros PC version ready to use. So here is the it's pulled up this folder called roaming, and inside it we're looking for one which says Microsoft, which is there. So we double click that, and inside here we're looking for Word, and that's down the bottom here. So double click that, and then there's the startup folder nice and clear at the top. So we're now inside the startup folder. So all we do is we take a copy of the FT macros file and pop it in there, and then we're ready to go. So we've got the this FT macros instruction document open, so we have to close that first, because Word looks at the startup folder only when it starts up. So in other words, we have to close Word down. So at the bottom here you can see that Word doesn't have any files open. If I now click on it, up it comes, and if I go on here to View and then go to Macros, that's there, and click on that, then you can see here that you've got several macros. They've all got names with FT at the end, and the point of that is that if you've already got some macros in your copy of Word, someone's put them on there, you've put them on there, then these will be different, slightly different names if you've already got some of these macros from my own website. Okay, so we've got the macros there ready to use, and so let's have a look at the instructions again. So that's videos and FT macros instructions. Okay, so further down we go to, we've got started, we've downloaded it and we put it in the startup folder. So we're ready now to use these things, and on a Mac then it's you use Control Option and then a letter or a number, and then on the PC it's Shift Alt and the number or letter. And then here's a list of the keys that I've used for each of the different ones. So Google Fetch, for example, is G. So if I want to find out about Google Fetch, then we click in a word and I'll hold Shift Alt and then press G, and up comes Google, and it's looked up hyphenalized for me. So that's using a macro, and that's it. And in the rest of the document it gives you a few exercises that you can try using your nice new macros, and that's all there is to it. Enjoy. So if you have any problems, do let me know, but I should think it'll be fairly straightforward with a bit of luck. Right, bye for now.